Alright. Hold on. Perfect. So, not an amazing day for me today, but it was alright for P&L wise on my live account. Mainly due because I made a mistake. And honestly, I think I took two bad trades in hindsight. But I did take one good trade. Um, so yeah, today I got long on this retrace in the AM. I should have known better that the Dow could come even lower and continue to make divergences. And on top of that, it's classic that the original low can sometimes be manipulated before the real move on Russell, and I know better, and I just was so caught up in chasing the move that I missed that. And I knew that even if I did get in here, the invalidation would actually be at the AM low. So all I could have done to fucking fix this, and I already know better, is just to wait for the risk to reward to make sense. I don't need to enter. And on top of that, it usually comes down to like the most premium or the most discount PDRA anyways. So to get the right target on this, I would have targeted at least the 50%, or I mean the premium of the range. And all I had to do to get a good fill is just put an order in that makes sense. And it's like, okay, 3R isn't even till we're below this low, so it's like, okay, boom, risk that low. I would have gotten fucking filled, and we would have rock and rolled with a runner all the way to the highs, all the way to the end of the day. So yeah, I should have won that, but instead I made a critical error in my logic. So that's just a mistake by me. It's always the case that I want to risk the invalidation, and I should know better by now. Though, I mean, this was pretty technical. Like, it was a little tough because, I mean, we had so many divergences lower here. It's like, oh, this low here made it seem like this was confirmed. And maybe it was, but then we swept out all these highs without the Dow. So the logic was still there, and part of that was probably due, first of all, to bad sleep. I only got 6 hours sleep last night, and I just, like, couldn't fall asleep all night. And then on top of that, I just did shitty math, and I just literally totally miscalculated the size that I put on. So on top of the loss, I took a big loss that I should have avoided. So all in all, today I should have made 3R. That's at least $600 right there, if not more. And so yeah, $600, maybe 650 because it was a little bit more than 3R. We'll just say $700. I should have made $700 on the first trade. I would have gotten short Bitcoin, which would have been another 2R, another $400. So today should have been in like an easy $1,000 day. Nothing crazy. This is like a regular day, but like I should have got it. I should have got the long. Everything was just there for it, especially knowing the Russell. I know that Russell likes to manipulate. I know that it took out these highs, which it's likely to roll back down, and I should have known better. It probably was just due to sleep, and that's exactly why I've been trying to fix my sleep. It's just like sometimes I'm just not thinking straight, and to me that's my significantly largest edge is my sleep. And it's very clear, like on days like today, like why that's the case. And the days that I sleep well, it's like, dude, there's days that I sleep well, I have like no idea what's going on in the price action, and I'm still able to pull it out. So, and it's been like, or it's like a really tough day, and I'm like able to turn losses into like sizable wins. Versus today, it's like textbook setup. I overthink it, overlook so many variables, boom, take a big loss when I'm supposed to take a win. So, and yeah, it was just, everything was there. It was just really my fault. Things have been tricky lately, don't get me wrong. Like, you know, we did have this decoupled moves basically every day at the open. But on top of that, later in the day, I'm like, okay, we're getting a manipulation at all the highs, even though shorts haven't been working for me. Let's take a short. Boom, choppy all day long. Doesn't move the way I want it to. I stay in the trade and I get taken out. So it's like 3 losses in a row, basically. Just should have just been 2, but actually should have just been a massive win, and I wouldn't have even shorted that because I would have been like, what? Like, the logic was working. It's probably headed for the fucking high. So all in all, this should have just been a regular winning day, but instead I'm luckily break even due to the Bitcoin trade. On my copy trading accounts, I can't trade Bitcoin, so those guys just are in a loss, a 3R loss. So that sucks. But it's my fault. Longs have been working, and I shouldn't be looking for the logic on the pullbacks. I don't even know why they're pulling back. Like this leg that pulled back here, it was the logic that I was looking for that didn't work, and then suddenly it worked. So it's just like I think they all just need to take liquidity, and then like there's a divergence, and then for whatever reason it works. Like right here, it's like we've all taken liquidity here, and then before that though, Nasdaq's already peeling down. And that makes sense. Nasdaq's been weaker. We swept equal highs. So, I mean, it makes sense. But it's like, it's just too nuanced. It's like, when is it going to do it? There's so many different variables that could happen at the highs. It's like, look for longs. So, those are the mistakes today. Let's just get a quick recap. That's the quick recap. But other than that, it's pretty obvious what the levels are. We held that 4-hour inefficiency. Now we've shifted out of there. Whoops. Don't know how that happened, but it works out. So there's a 4-hour BISI there. And we'd look for that to support price. I would think we're going to go up into these highs. And I would even think that we'd use this inversion there, actually. So clear market structure shift, we punch through. I would think this actually continues. We've got a clear relative equal high situation here. We've sort of manufactured that high now. I reckon we're going to keep going higher. So everything is just bullish there. It's just like wait for pullbacks, look for longs. We're always going to have inefficiencies basically on every time frame. So right now we're already touching this one on Russell. And we're getting sort of that rejection on NASDAQ, which makes sense. So yeah, we're just looking for NASDAQ to keep continuing to sweep key levels. We're looking for anything to sweep key levels, especially the Dow. I could see the Dow still manufacturing this high. Technically, we already did, but then we swept that high, so I could see us coming back down. That order block if we're gonna do that. And then, yeah, maybe something's going to happen here with NASDAQ. We've been in this higher time frame wedge on these guys, so we'll see what's going to happen there. Dollar had a big sell-off since this chart's inverted. But I haven't really done full TA on that. Yeah, Bitcoin had that divergence there. I was forced to exit at the close. Couldn't swing enough size. Don't have enough margin, but I still think that it's a little tricky here. We came down, XRP came lower, sort of inverting the logic there since it's weaker while this is stronger. I don't have a premium level marked out here. We need that, dude. Well, the real low's here. And yeah, we've reached a discount, sorry. So we haven't reached a discount on Ethereum, but into this leg down, we've manipulated lower on XRP, which is normal. But then we came up into this level here and took that out while holding these relative equal highs. So technically it was a short, and that's why I took it. We came down, but this time now we have a, oh wait, this chart's are messing with me. Alright, so yeah, we had this low here, it took out the actual lows. So yeah, we've got like a little change in character situation here. So far XRP is holding it. So it's nothing crazy, but it just seems like XRP took out this low. So it just seems like we could still shoot back up. We never reached into a premium on Ethereum. We've got like very nice equal highs, and it's a nice range. So it's like you can't expect this to just move straight down. So, and we never marked this low here for Bitcoin, and we sold off there. So I would think that, I mean, it was a premium there, so there was a divergence enough to get us lower, but you can see it's still holding, and now we've got a manipulation here. So, and then we got it there, but then now we're sort of getting it again. So I'd actually look for this to sweep again, maybe get Ethereum to sweep these relative equal highs too, and then maybe reshort it again, or even maybe look for a long. But honestly, I'm a little bit biased short right now. Until maybe Ethereum can hit a discount. I don't know. Honestly, I might just be done with it, but if it sets back up very cleanly, then that's the thing. It's like, it's not bearish to me right now. It's just like, I don't know. It's in no man's land. I'm too much of a day trader. It's harder for me to hold these for the big move. Especially because it's like you got to get the perfect entry. You know, you got to get the entry and then you got to hold it, and I don't. It takes up all my margin. So, but yeah, looking for these guys. I mean, we did get a nice big move down here on copper, and then these guys are now pulling back, sort of marking that low here. So it makes me think that copper might be in for a long here. I have to do a full detailed breakdown of this though. I didn't actually do one on copper, so maybe in the morning I'll do one. But yeah, as of right now, it's just like continue to look for longs, look for the rotation back in each of these guys. Every single guy came and took out the highs, so now we're just looking for what's going to happen at lows. And right now, everybody's manipulated the PM low. The Dow has held, so maybe we're going to get that final move in the Dow. But other than that, it's just wait for the clear setups, wait for the lows to be swept. I think that it's almost like it's fully delivered right now. It's like all of the legs that had manipulation have delivered, like the relative strengths. So all the relative strengths have sort of delivered. So maybe maybe that's what you're looking for when you're looking for the short, is look for all of it to perfectly make sense. So that could be it. VIX actually ended up coming higher than the premium. We swapped this level, we sort of inverted it, gapped above it, and then rotated back down again into the gap, basically into the CE of that. So below it. Other than that, it does, I mean, we're at all-time highs. It's like, you know, you'd expect this to probably continue back down. VIX futures, massive gap. But that's because of the contracts just got adjusted. So, so there's a premium on that. So of course it's gapped up. So yeah, we're gapping up above this this level here. Makes sense. But I would want to see what happens if we get below these levels, because this is where we had a nice big gap up, you know. But it's still like, you know, it's still a level for liquidity, and that's like an order block. So I think once we sweep that level, something's interesting is gonna happen. Other than that, though, yeah, VIX, there ain't much to say. Other than that, we may eventually continue lower into these smooth lows, which again would be a nice pivotal moment. So yeah, we do have us reaching into liquidity levels similar to here, and then we get a divergence, except in this case it's the other way around. So I think it's just because we're waiting for that final move in the Dow. So it'll be interesting to see this next leg down, the way that we come up. Or sorry, the way that we come down. If we do come down, I need to remember that. And so I'm in the moment of my trading where I need to wait for the short to happen before I take any more shorts, so that I can see what's working. And I kind of already know what's working on the long side. So yeah, just gotta be patient. Tomorrow is CPI, so it'll be pretty awesome, hopefully. Wednesday PPI. So yeah, the rest of the week's gonna be pretty cool. Monday, a little tougher day, but honestly, that was just my freaking bad. So need to get better at these. I knew better. We took out liquidity without everybody else. So, and then yeah, NASDAQ ripping. It's like that's exactly what can trigger a liquidation in the Russell. So, as we've been seeing. So should have known better. Quite the bummer, but it's motivating to see that again. That like, okay, I know this. You know, I know this. I know better. I just need to stop being so stressed out and trying to catch the move. It's like, just, dude, it's easy. Just freaking put a limit order in where you would hope it's gonna go, and it'll get filled. That's what's funny about it. It's like, dude, you don't need to read it so much. You don't need to create the perfect chase. It's like, just wait, just put an order in, and you're likely going to get filled exactly where you wished you got filled. So, yeah, other than that, that's it. That's basically it for me.